Look at this kitchen. 1979, a Tuesday night, dinner's on the table by 6. Nobody in this house is on a diet, nobody's counting anything, and almost nobody in America yet has the diseases that are now common in every family you know. Type 2 diabetes was still called adult-onset because children didn't get it. Heart disease was falling. Then a hinge turned in 1980 and it never turned back. Type 2 diabetes in kids barely existed in 1980. Today it's diagnosed in tens of thousands of American children a year. Fatty liver disease, once rare enough to be a curiosity in a medical journal, now shows up in 1 in 3 adults. Same country, same genes, one generation. Too fast for biology, too wide for bad luck. Nobody set out to make a country sick. A handful of decisions did it anyway, made by people solving their own problems, not yours. In an earlier video, we counted 7 hidden machines that made America heavier. This is the wider list, 9 things that quietly flipped after 1980, and 9 ways to flip them back. We'll count them down 9 to 1, because the last one is the one that started all the others. 9, the indoors. The country moved inside. Office work, screen time, and car commutes have pushed daily outdoor time down for decades. And natural light does more than most people think. It sets the body's clock, the same clock that governs hunger and metabolism. Skip the morning sun and the whole schedule drifts, appetite included. The sun still rises on the same schedule it always did. Fewer people are outside to meet it. Switch it back. Get outside within an hour of waking, even for 10 minutes before the glow of a screen gets there first. 8. The inbox. Stress used to have an end time. The workday closed, and so did the worry that came with it. 2-income households became the norm through the 80s and 90s. Commute times lengthened, and email, then the smartphone, made the workday technically endless. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, and cortisol tells the body to store fat, especially around the middle, while also driving cravings for exactly the food the other machines had already stocked in the kitchen. The job didn't get physically harder, it just stopped ending. Switch it back. Set a real stop time for notifications and protect it like a meeting you can't miss. 7. The label. A long list of the country's most common prescriptions nudge weight upward as a side effect. Certain antidepressants, some blood pressure medications, several diabetes drugs slow metabolism or raise appetite while treating something else entirely. Antidepressant use alone climbed by hundreds of percent since Prozac reached pharmacies in 1988. None of this is a reason to stop a medication on your own. The decision belongs to you and your doctor. But an honest list includes it. Some of the weight a generation carries came printed in small type under side effects. Switch it back. Ask your doctor whether a weight-neutral alternative exists for what you're taking. 6. The glow. Sleep didn't decline by accident either. Television, then the screen, pushed bedtime later across the same decades, and about a third of American adults now sleep under 7 hours a night. Cut sleep to 4 hours for 2 nights running, and the hormone that says you're full drops by nearly a fifth, while the one that makes you hungry climbs by more than a quarter, aimed straight at sugar and fat. The fire that used to end the evening has been replaced by a screen that keeps it going. Switch it back. No screen in the hour before bed, and the phone stays out of the bedroom. 5. The formula. Starting in the 1980s, snack companies didn't just make more food, they engineered it. Food scientists began chasing what researchers call the bliss point, the exact ratio of salt, sugar, and fat that keeps a person reaching for more without ever feeling finished. Chips, cereal, and soda were tuned like instruments. The industry grew because the formula worked, not because anyone's willpower got weaker. Switch it back. Favor foods with a short ingredient list, and cook one more meal from scratch each week than you do now. 4. The desk. We covered this one at length before, So briefly, the average job burns far fewer calories than it did in 1960, walking to school nearly vanished, and daily steps for the average American now sit near the bottom of the developed world. The treadmill at the gym exists because the treadmill of ordinary life disappeared. Switch it back. Rebuild the walk you lost. Park farther away, take the stairs, stand while you work. 3. The plate. Nobody decided to eat more at dinner. The plate simply grew underneath the food. The standard dinner plate widened by roughly 2 inches from the 1970s to the 2000s, and fast food portions grew with it. A soda that came in one size in 1955 now comes in 5, the largest 4 times the original. Bigger plates make people serve themselves more without noticing, and bigger portions make people finish what's in front of them out of habit, not hunger. Switch it back. Eat off a smaller plate and split the restaurant entree before it arrives at the table. 2. The syrup. Sugar itself was about to be replaced too. Coca-Cola began switching to high fructose corn syrup in 1980, and by 1984 the swap in American soda was nearly complete. It was cheaper thanks to corn subsidies dating back to the 1973 Farm Bill, which paid farmers to grow corn far beyond what people were eating as corn. The surplus had to go somewhere, and it went into every can in the fridge. Consumption of the syrup rose from almost nothing to over 40 pounds a person a year within 2 decades. A subsidy meant to save farms ended up sweetening the whole country's drinks. Switch it back. Swap 1 soda a day for water and check the label for corn syrup before it checks you. 1. The guideline. In 1980, the US government issued its first dietary guidelines for Americans, and the headline was simple: eat less fat. Food companies heard it as an order. Fat came out of thousands of products, and something had to go in its place to keep them edible. That something was sugar. Low-fat cookies, yogurts, and cereals hit shelves through the 80s and 90s, many of them carrying more sugar per serving than the full-fat version they replaced. The guideline meant to make the country healthier ended up making its snacks sweeter, and every machine after it built on that one swap. Switch it back. Ignore low-fat on the label and read the sugar line instead. So there they are, counted all the way down. The indoors that dimmed the body's clock, the inbox that never closes, the label with the side effect nobody reads, the glow that stole the night, the formula tuned to keep you reaching, the desk that replaced the walk, the plate that grew without asking, the syrup that came from a subsidy, and at the bottom, the guideline that started the chain by swapping fat for sugar. 9 separate decisions made by 9 different people chasing 9 different goals, none of them aimed at you specifically, all of them landing on you anyway. That kitchen from 1979 wasn't healthier because the people in it were more disciplined. They were living before most of these machines were built. You can't uninstall them. They're load-bearing parts of how the country runs now. But you can see each one clearly enough to nudge it back. The sun you meet in the morning, the notification you silence, the label you read, the hour you protect before bed, the meal you cook from scratch, the walk you take, the plate you choose, the drink you swap for water, and the guideline you stop trusting at face value. 9 switches counted down to 1, all of them still in your hands,